Imagine reaching a point in life where you no longer need to work. You have money, you have status, you have respect, but there's a small voice in your head saying, you could have more. That voice has destroyed more lives than poverty ever did. In the first episode, we learned that financial success is more about behavior than intelligence. In the second, we saw how luck and risk shape outcomes more than we admit. But this chapter asks a more dangerous question. Why do people who already won keep playing? Morgan Housel tells the story of Rajat Gupta, an immigrant from India. Brilliant, ambitious, disciplined. He rose to become the managing director of McKinsey. He sat on the board of Goldman Sachs. He had wealth. He had global influence. He had everything most people dream of. But he wanted more. Not because he needed it. Not because he was struggling. Because the people around him were billionaires. And he didn't want to feel small in that room. He got involved in insider trading. The result? Prison. Reputation destroyed. Legacy erased. Housel's point isn't that Gupta lacked intelligence. It's that he lacked a definition of enough. When you don't know where to stop, your boundaries slowly disappear. Then there's Bernie Madoff. He ran one of the largest Ponzi schemes in history. But here's what most people overlook. He was already wealthy before it collapsed. He could have retired comfortably. He could have walked away respected. But he kept going. The scheme grew. The lies grew. The risk grew. Why? Because when your scoreboard is more than everyone else, the game never ends. And when the game never ends, eventually you lose. Housel argues that one of the most dangerous words in investing is just a little more. Just a little more return. Just a little more leverage. Just a little more risk. That little more is often what wipes people out. The issue isn't money, it's comparison. We rarely measure wealth against our needs. We measure it against the people around us. If your friend makes $200,000 a year, $100,000 suddenly feels small. But in a different environment, that same $100,000 feels extraordinary. The number didn't change, the reference point did. And that reference point can push people to take risks they never needed to take. Imagine you invest in something, and it grows 5x. If you had defined in advance, when I reach this number, I'm done. You walk away peacefully. But if your goal is simply more, then 5x turns into 10 by, and 10x turns into 20x. And somewhere along the way, you risk everything for gains you didn't even need. If you don't define your own game, you end up playing someone else's, and someone else's game has no finish line. Most financial disasters don't happen because people had too little. They happen because people risked what they had for what they didn't need without a clear definition of enough. You can never feel wealthy, even if you are. In the next episode, we'll talk about freedom and why real wealth is about controlling your time, not chasing a bigger number. If this breakdown helps you see money differently, subscribe and stay for the next chapter.